Lately, I've put out some detailed guides covering some of the more difficult content in Star Citizen like Project Hyperion or Vanduul Tech Smugglers, so I wanted to make something for players just beginning their journey and looking to get into FPS combat. In this guide, I'll show you what gear you need, how to get set up, and take you through your first secure site contract from start to finish. And again, if you enjoy this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's start with what you need. I'm using New Babbage as an example, so if you're a New Babbage, you can come to the Shubin Interstellar Terminal right here and buy your heavy armor set. I would recommend the Morozov set. Just make sure you buy the full set, which would be the arms, legs, the core, the helmet, and then if you want, you can also buy the backpack. Now again, I'm showing New Babbage, but a lot of cities and stations sell heavy armor, so just go to your local weapons and armor shop and you'll be able to buy it. In New Babbage, to get the weapon, you have to go to Center Mass, so basically just go down this pathway from Shubin Interstellar and you will get to Center Mass. So in Center Mass, you'll be able to pick up the weapon you need. Again, you can take any weapon of your choice. The one I would recommend as a new player is the P4 assault rifle. So again, just search for the P4 assault rifle here. You can buy that and then buy plenty of ammo. It all really depends on how many of these runs you want to do, so feel free to buy as much ammo as you need. Next, let's talk about medical supplies. Again, I'm using New Babbage as an example, so I'm at the Aspire Grand Stop on the Metro Rail. I'm going into the hospital. Each hospital has a pharmacy, and pharmacies are a good place to get your medical supplies. Again, I'm using New Babbage as an example, but there is pharmacies all over the place in this game, and you can get these same items at all of these pharmacies. So if I just type med, I can buy my med pens, med guns, or med gun refills. Really your personal preference in terms of what you want to use in either the med pens or the med guns. For your first FPS combat, really med pens are enough. And again, just to show you guys, you can also go to this Kel2 terminal or Kel2 shop that has a Kel2 terminal, and these also sell med pens. Again, all of this is really an example. There's all sorts of places in this game that sell similar items. For example, Kel2 even sells weapon ammo, so you could buy P4 ammo here if you needed to fill up. They also sell a few guns. So again, just showing this to you as an example, but those are the supplies you want. So let's take a look and make sure we have everything we need before we head out. So in your inventory, you should have the gun, you should have a med gun or med pens, whatever you really prefer. You want to make sure you have refills for the med gun if you've bought a med gun. You have plenty of ammo for your primary weapon, and you're wearing a full set of heavy armor. Those are really the main things. The sustenance really depends on, how long you plan to stay out there. So with that, we're ready to go. I would recommend taking the secure site contract. This will be under your mercenary contracts. It sends you to a bunker that you have to clear of hostiles. The ship doesn't matter for this mission, so any ship will do. If you have an Aurora Mach 2, that's good enough. Just accept and go to the location. So here we are approaching the facility. Basically, it's sort of like a bunker location, and here you can see what they sort of look like as you approach them. You just park anywhere outside this location and we will head straight in. So now we're heading in. You want to keep an eye on the objectives on the right. So right now it's telling us to defend the site, but mainly enter the facility and prepare. So all you do is just go to sub-level 1. And as you go down, basically what happens is as soon as you walk in, the objective will update and it'll start giving you a timer. So in this mission specifically, and all of these missions work the exact same way, there are 3 waves of enemies that you have to clear. As I'm walking in now, you will see the objective update within a few seconds, and the timer will start and tell us the time until the next attack. So this is our opportunity to prepare. Now there really isn't much to do. The only thing I want to highlight is these people marked with sort of green text. These are your allies. Sometimes they do kind of vanish when the enemies start to come, but most of the times they will stick around. So the key thing to note about these guys is do not attack them. Also, there's these boxes all around this facility, so feel free to loot as you see fit. And again, just to say this again, do not attack these guys with the green markers. If you do attack them, they will retaliate and they will most likely kill you and you will wake up in prison. So throughout this mission, you don't want to attack anybody with a green marker. And two final things before we get started. So the enemies will spawn from these type of elevators where it says no unauthorized personnel. Now there's plenty of these elevators around this facility, so that's where they're going to be spawning out of. And next, there are medbeds within the facility, so if between the waves you have taken injuries, you can quickly use the time to come and heal yourself. Alright, with that our timer is up, so hostiles remaining are 100% as you can see on the objective, and I'm just looking around to see if any elevators are spawning them. So as you can see, some of the enemies have started to spawn and I've started to take them out. So again, I just keep running around trying to look for these elevators while avoiding anybody with a green marker on them and try to take out these enemies. And as soon as you take out enough of them, as in bring it below 50%, they do get marked with a yellow marker, so you'll be able to see exactly where the remaining enemies are. And as soon as you've completed the first wave, you'll see the objective will update and another timer will start for the next wave. Again, there's 3 such waves. Now you can loot boxes and enemies in between the waves, or you can wait till the end. It's really up to you. As soon as you kill the final enemy in the last wave, the contract is complete and you will get paid. Now you do get 30 minutes to roam around and loot as you please, so you can loot the bodies and you can loot the boxes within the facility, but you do have to leave before that 30-minute timer expires, otherwise the facility turns hostile towards you and starts attacking you. And that's really it, guys. With that, you've completed your first FPS contract in the game, and you can start to learn and grow your skill set from here. So hopefully that helps you get through your first FPS contract, and I hope you found the guide helpful. If you did and you enjoyed this content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Star Citizen guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.